Hey everybody, how you guys doing?
Great.
Good, how are you?
Yeah?
Tepid.
You're tepid.
Yeah.
Like an old body of water.
Yes.
Like a puddle.
Yeah. You're nailing it.
Yeah, I am nailing it. But I'd rather be mailing it. This episode is brought to you by Stamps.com.
Ew.
Do you guys remember a couple weeks ago when we defended each other chivalrously from very mean, cruel, scaly people, very mean commenters who never used an avatar of their actual face to say terrible things? Remember when we did that as good friends?
We love hate.
We love hate.
Yeah.
Vividly.
Yeah.
I was like, we should do something like that again, except without leaving us crying for the rest of the day. And so Elise came up with an amazing idea. We're gonna be looking at some of our thirstiest commenters this week.
I got a bottle of water right here.
Oh, I got
Grab my water.
soda water.
No,
yeah, you're
someone.
gonna need
Okay, guys, you're grabbing a lot of bottles of water. That's not what thirsty is referring to.
Oh, hold on. Going to Urban Dictionary right now.
No.
I have
We're
I have a
talking
book.
muy caliente, which in German means very hot comments.
I will say Ryan Haley was supposed to be in this episode and then couldn't be, but he did ask me what thirsty meant when I sent the
Oh,
thing.
he's so precious.
Yeah.
He's so tender.
And then you told him, call your mom and ask.
Elise, you found a comment for him, didn't you? We should start with Ryan's comment, which he wasn't able to read.
It was, I need Ryan's seed in my colon.
Technically, that could be referring to anything.
That's farmer talk from Tennessee, probably.
All right. Well, Ryan has been successfully thirsted. Now let's move on to the rest of us. Let's spin that wheel and see who's gonna get to read their comment first.
Spin that wheel of thirst. James.
Wow. Let's get this over with. So I know we were supposed to grab one, but you know what? I grabbed four. So they're all
Wow,
related
so
to the
modest.
same thing. So let me just read through them real quick. They're all about the same thing, but they're varying degrees of thirst. They are all from the Final Fantasy VII old versus new speedrun battle that Adam and I took place in. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why was it your proficiency of the game that made people so attracted to you? No, it's because at one point Adam and I dressed in women's clothing. So, first comment from Striker Kirby Ford. Wow, who is that woman that shows up halfway through on James's side? She is gorgeous. Does Elise know she is there?
Well, Elise, did you know she was there?
Who's this?
They're referring to me in a dress, Elise. Your clothing. That's the thing about all of this. These are your clothes. So if I'm being objectified, it's your fault. Women should support women. Next comment from McKay5EY. Why does James look good in a dress? I feel like looking good in a dress is universal. I have what has been described as the perfect female form. Broad shoulders, a tiny waist.
You got more butt than a Super Bowl halftime show.
We're moving towards a very progressive future where I don't think there's going to be that stigma anymore, where it doesn't matter what you wear. If you want to wear a sundress that's normally for a small Canadian woman who weighs 115 pounds, you put that on, champ.
AIDS is not a death sentence.
If I want to say James got a fat donk, that's the future we're moving into, right?
Did you
Is
say
that what
fat
you're saying?
dong?
Donk!
John?
Only objectify the behind, not the front.
Well, that actually leads me to the third one that I got here. Bing Bong said at 1919, check out the time code in the video, the dame on the left sure has one fine caboose.
This is not the type of comment I would expect from Bing Bong.
Bing Bong normally provides much more insightful looks into a video, but this seemed a little surface level Bing Bong. I'm gonna chalk this up to anime because I think anime has changed our perception of how big and broad a sexy woman can be. Women aren't supposed to be svelte, innocent little creatures. They're supposed to have massive delts and be able to toss you out a window if they need to. That's what you want.
Amen.
And I think our last commenter for me got it exactly right. This is from the Rooster Teeth website. A first member who paid for this username, Dat Puss, said, "Goddamn, James looks hot AF."
Is the puss lying?
That puss never lies.
Puss often lies.
Dressing up as a JRPG character dressing up as a woman was the best thing I ever did for the sex appeal.
Do you think this unlocks something inside of you, James?
I mean, I think it unlocked something inside of everyone else. I already knew it was there. That's why I did it.
For the record, James is the only one with a folder in this Google Doc.
Yeah.
The rest of us have individual screenshots. I just want to ask the room, is that because you are humble or because, like me, you couldn't find a lot?
I am not humble.
Spin that wheel.
Spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel.
Adam!
No, damn it. This one comes from the aptly named Smashed, who this is from our No Idea IKEA episode number 1. They're saying, seeing Adam's lower body always makes me feel uneasy. Now, once again, this is Thirst Light. I assume it's positive what they're saying, but then maybe I make them sick to their stomach, which is also another way people find sexual pleasure.
It's a win-win for you.
I mean, also shout out to our to the wardrobe team. That was Erica. I didn't know they made skinny jean overalls, but
Yeah,
here we are.
It is really interesting because you think overalls, the whole reason that they go over your shoulders is to keep your pants from falling down. Like it's one connected piece. But we found that it was the tightness of the pants around our buttocks and thighs that kept the overalls up.
A lot of moose knuckle in that show.
Yeah, we shot that thing in Austin, and there is that club Barbarella, and I'm pretty sure when we asked, I said, where did you find these overalls? She's like, oh, some dude was getting fucked in the bathroom at Barbarella, and he just left them because they come off so quickly.
They left 2 pairs.
It was James and I. We had left our overalls at Barbarella's.
Yeah.
And,
It's nice to find them again.
Anyway,
Adam, have you ever
yes.
thought about the fact that you have been drawn as a cartoon, but if you were a cartoon character, you'd be one of the ones that has the massive upper body, the kind of smaller legs that walks without moving his shoulder. Like, hold on, I'm gonna try and show it off. Adam, have you seen?
Yeah, that's my dream. Well, I mean, I've been often referred to as a upside down Dorito. Once again, don't know if that's a positive or a negative.
And they're just saying you look like a snack.
Adam, I don't like these people sexualizing you.
Thanks, me neither.
That's for your wife and God to do.
They just meant because he's covered in cheese crumbs all the time. Spin the wheel, though. I'm thirsty.
Spin that sex wheel.
All these Doritos chips are making me thirsty.
Me? I also pulled 2 comments because the first one that I found was a little suspicious from someone named Chilice Brillums. They said,
What?
Yo, Linz, call me Microsoft because I want to crash at your place tonight. And then like a bunch of asterisks. And it says Vuvuzela horn. Did I say that word right? I never know how to say that word.
Vuvuzela, yeah, you got it. You got it.
Who would?
Which is the horn?
Lindsay, I am so sorry that someone
so
would
scandalous.
sexualize you in that way. I am
Who
so
is
sorry.
this Chalice Brillums? We need to go hunt them down.
I don't know.
I was Chalice Brillums.
What? No, it was me. I want Lindsay.
Well, apparently you're not the only one, because the second comment that I found is from somebody named Tin Strings, and it's about me and Jacob, and so I'm here to defend his honor too, his sexual honor. It says, I'm glad Lindsay joined Funhaus. Now the on-screen role of raw, steaming, molten sex pot isn't solely Jacob's responsibility.
Jacob, hottest in the office.
Apparently,
Amen.
yeah. He's been carrying it by himself all this time.
That's the reason we didn't have him on this episode, because there are too many comments.
Too many.
Yeah.
Even my comment is about Jacob.
If you ever get to the end of the 50 Shades novels, you see that the main the sexual demon, Mr. Grey, is based on Jacob Fullerton,
I thought it was based on Edward from Twilight.
who is also
It's
based
a
on
ripoff.
Jacob.
Oh, I see. Can I just say one thing real quick, Lindsay?
Yeah.
I thought it was a really interesting comment because Molten Sex Pot was my nickname in high school. But not because of my sexual prowess, it's because I was born with STDs.
Can you be born with STDs?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I assume yes. I mean, yeah, anything your mama does gets passed on to you. That's why I love wine.
Spin the fuck wheel.
Wheel of fuck. Who could
Oh! So my comment is from The Last of Us 2 plot details leaked Dude Soup podcast. And Yellow says, I won't lie, I got a little aroused when he lifted up that shirt. I guess James ain't looking bad either, too, either.
Whoa!
Yeah, and so basically
Wow.
what happened was, in the podcast, at some point, I don't remember what happened, but James lifted up his shirt, and I lifted up my shirt, and we were both lifting up our shirts. And based on the comments, everyone was much more into my body than James's body. And if you look at the second comment,
It looked
you
like
can see
two
proof.
toddlers at a urinal, by the way.
Yeah, well, you can see proof because the second comment is abs for days, which is clearly about me. Because although James may have 6 to 8 abs, I got a full bag right here.
You got a keg, brother.
Did I see a map to the national treasure carved into there?
Also, I have deleted and blocked all of them, but I do get a lot of bears preying on me on Instagram.
Oh, because you're a cub, right?
Why do you block them?
They're always sending me their buttholes.
Remember that time over the weekend when you sent me that video of a guy and you said, is he jacked or swole? And I gave you the answer, but I didn't ask anything further of like why you were looking at TikToks of muscular men getting into their trucks. I mean, I gave you the answer, but there was no follow-up or explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember too. maybe you should unblock some of those DMs.
I like that the wheel did everything to avoid landing on me.
Well, I was gonna say, I wish we had time. I wish we had time for another spin, but we got to do our ad read. Who knows if we'll even have time after we get back?
Who knows?
Now, maybe more than ever, it's important to avoid crowds and stay in as much as possible. But that doesn't necessarily mean that your shipping needs can just stop. What do you do if you need to go to the post office? What if you need to send letters and packages? Do not worry, Stamps.com is here to help. Anything you can do at the post office, you can do with Stamps.com. Skip the trip, save money with discounts that you can't even get at the post office. Whether you're a small office sending invoices, an online seller shipping out products, or even if you've got a warehouse that sends thousands of packages a day, Stamps.com can handle it all with ease. You just use your computer to print official US postage 24/7 for any letter, any package, any class of mail, anywhere you want to send. Did someone named James Willems just bulk order 50 pounds of chocolate protein to be shipped to his apartment? Stamps.com is the way to go to save time and money. With Stamps.com, you can get 5 cents off every first-class stamp and up to 40% off shipping rates. It's a no-brainer. Save your time, save your money, and join over 700,000 small businesses already using Stamps.com. Plus, our viewers get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial, plus free postage, and a digital scale, no long-term commitments. Go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in Open House. That's Stamps.com, enter code Open House. So thank you, Stamps.com, for your sponsorship. Well, I just got off the horn with the Stamps folks. They were not happy that I was using the phone, but they said that they would mail me a transcript of everything that was being said in the conversation because that's just how they operate. And Elise, they want the wheel to spin. So this spin of the wheel, Elise, is courtesy of Stamps.com.
Thanks, Stamps.com.
Thank you, Sam. Wow, they saved the show. Wow.
Thank you. I wish that the browser crashed. This comment is from the Animal Crossing Island Tour Part 1 from Jaqui. Elise is just getting hotter every pandemic. Well, we've only had the one.
H1.
I guess H1, that didn't really affect me personally. I'm gonna need about 10 more pandemics to really get to my goals, unfortunately. And then Lil Artman X responded and he said, this comment is hella thirsty, stop, acknowledges the thirst, embraces the thirst though, and says, I do agree though, no, there are no free refills on this thirst, okay? We gotta stop with the thirst. Everybody needs to just get their fill, take a sip, stop thirsting.
Take a sip.
Who would you say is the thirstiest person at Funhaus? I guess I'm thirst.
Vincent.
You mean someone who thirsts after people? Omar's a quiet thirster. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. He's always
Omar,
licking his lips.
I would say, yeah, he doesn't necessarily say things overtly, and he doesn't like leave comments on things overtly. But like Adam said, he'll lick his lips a little bit or something. Like he'll see someone walking by wearing some sneaks or whatever, and he'll just kind of like, he'll like say like it's like a noise he makes.
He always does that lip bite, and he goes,
unless you're wearing Reeboks or something, and he considers you human garbage.
Yeah, he thirsteth and he also taketh away.
I just wanted to confess something. Adam always tries to kiss me in the bathroom.
Well, that's because you always have food in your beard. And I go, is that a map to the national treasure? I want to smell it for clues.
Thank you guys for reading these thirsty comments with us. What other themes do you think we should do? We've done mean. Should we just do all the 7 deadly sins?
Yeah,
know
like
how
who
that
could
works
throw
in
the
the
pigskin the
Greediest.
furthest, right?
Lust,
The most gluttonous.
rage, gluttony. How do we find gluttony comments? Well, if you can leave an example of gluttony comments below, that way we can know what to look for. You might pick yours and you an upcoming 7 deadly sins open house comment show Q&A, open house edition Q&A, spin the wheel edition. Jacob a virgin.
It's a slight.
He's a handsome man. He's a charismatic man. So if he so chose to lay with someone, then he would easily be able to. That being said, Jacob bangs anything and everything he wants.